Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. It's Thursday night, and I got another great live stream. I'm going to start calling it a podcast scheduled with an awesome special guest. If you saw the Facebook post or the promo on YouTube, you know it's Ron Lockwood, and Ron is an experienced drone pilot and photographer. He's in Wyoming nowadays, so I know you're gonna really enjoy listening to Ron. I've been friends with him now for going on 5 years, if I remember right. So but anyway, I have to say I'm humbled again by you guys watching the show. Thank you so much. It means so much to me, and really, who would ever thought an old guy like me would have a live stream about drones? But I'm having fun doing it, and I'm having fun making friends, and I've made some good friends through these drone live streams, and Ron is one of them. And most of you guys in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. So, but thank you again. And I gotta say, Paul, he was number one. He checked in early. How you doing, Paul? Wedging Big, always good to see you. And Bob Dempsey, Old Fortress Drone, he was right behind him. And then we had Bill. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. He was number three. And John, Connecticut Pirate, and he was right behind him, number four. But anyway, Phil Koshak, we could talk about him because he's driving. I don't know if he's still driving. He was driving. Oh, and his okay, on the way home with his mother-in-law from the hospital. Okay, hopefully, if it is your mother-in-law or whoever's in the hospital is feeling better, but get well soon and God bless. But anyway, and then I know I saw Brian, Waypoint, New England. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. And I tell you, Sergeant Rock's in the house. Always good to see you. Thank you. And we got DJ Lee, Mr. Lee. How you doing? Good to see you. I'll make you a moderator after the stream is over. I can only do it from my computer. But thank you for tuning in tonight. And we got Captain Joe. He's down in Louisiana, as most of you know, and he's watching. Always good to see Captain Joe. And I love it when him and Johnny get together down there and they fly, you know. They go to those secret spots down there, but they share them with us, so we get to enjoy them also. And we got Lee, Yellow Rose Jones. How you doing, Lee? Good to see you. And I'm going up the list. If I go too fast, I'll miss somebody. We got Alan. He's watching all the way in Ireland. How you doing? Drone Views Media. And I still say I'm going to get over there, Alan. I'm going to get over to Ireland. It's on our list, believe me. Just got to figure out the right time to go, and I'll be there, and I'll definitely reach out to you when I get there. But anyway, we got Jerry Bauer watching. He's up in Canada. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you. And John Flynn, Flying Flynn Media. Always good to see John. How you doing, John? And Colleen, if she's in the background. But anyway, Ken Uphour watching. I think he's down in Texas. I think that's where he is now. How you doing, Ken? But anyway, have Drone Will Fly is watching. Good to see you. And Mio Drone, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. How you doing? Good to see you. Um, and I'm going to get back to the name shortly because Ron is in the back room. I think he's all out of shrimp and lobster. So I want everybody to give a warm welcome to Ron Lockwood. He's coming to us all the way from Wyoming. Hey, Ron.
Howdy.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, I haven't seen you on a live stream in quite a while now.
Yeah, I've been a little busy, but now that the warm, nice weather's coming, I think I'm gonna start doing
Yeah.
more photography, a little more drone flying, and it gets cold here in the winter. Don't
You know,
take
a
the
lot of
too much.
a lot of people in the chat, they don't know what you do for work. I don't know if you want to share that with them, but I know you recently changed jobs, and what are you doing these days?
Um, Back last August, I switched from full-time life flight. I went to a ground ambulance service.
Hmm.
Probably the most sophisticated, advanced. That they are listed as the most advanced ambulance service in the state.
Okay.
Um, we do almost every single thing that I did in flight, as far as equipment and medications, and it's. I was speechless when I
Really?
interviewed with them. It was just for a part-time position. They offered me. They asked me if I was interested in full time, and when they told me all the particulars, I'm like, give me 48 hours to think about this.
Yeah.
And 24 hours later, I called them. So, um,
Yeah.
but I'm still in
What?
flight. I was just up, flew the helicopter last Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I
Hmm.
stayed on as a PRN employee. Um,
Oh, I got you. Yep.
yeah,
That's like part time, per
yeah,
diem type of thing. Yep.
uh-huh, yep. Um,
Well, I know I always found that so interesting, really. And then, when I was on the police department, I always volunteered to go up in the helicopter as much as I could. But I give you a lot of credit and thank you for your service, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're saving lives there. So, you know. But anyway, have you been flying drones recently? Or,
A little bit. I actually had a friend of mine here from Pennsylvania about 2 weeks ago. I was guiding him for turkey. He guy that I started out as a client, and he's turned out to be one of my best friends.
oh, okay.
He was here. He always comes about 2 days before his hunt, and then he spends a day or two with me. But I took him up into the Bighorn Mountains, which is about halfway between here and Yellowstone National Park. And we went up into. I took him into a canyon that he stood there for 20 minutes and just went, "Wow."
I can
Fast.
imagine.
And
I mean, you got some great scenery out there. You really do.
yeah, it's just it's beautiful. But I'll be doing some drone photography here again in a couple weeks. Doing a shooting a wedding, and I take the drone, all the cameras, the still cameras, the video cameras. Going to do some scenery. It's just a tiny bit south of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, which is real famous for skiing, and um,
Yep.
about 3 hours from here. But yeah, kind of looking forward to it.
Good, good. We'll get back to your conversation. We got a question already from Paul Brown for you.
There's a bear.
You want me to read it or can you read it? Don't look too quickly, but there is a bear just behind you. You should slowly put the drone up and impress him. A trout might help
Yeah.
catch him also. But Ron, I was going to talk about the bear, but now that Paul brought it up, why don't you tell everybody about that bear behind you?
Well, last May, I went to Manitoba, Canada, and I took my very best friend with me. My friend who's a disabled veteran. It was a little bit of a challenge. She's on oxygen and does not get around very well, but we made it all happen. But we went up and went to an outfitter that is very good friends with the outfitter that I work for here. Just a top-notch outfit, and it was interesting. My first night, I saw 13 bears. Three of them climbed the tree. One of them was about, I don't know, 8, 10 inches from me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they come up and they get so curious. They want to know who you are, what you're doing there. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
getting in their territory.
yeah, yeah. And funny story, real quick, funny story. But the outfitter's wife had said to me, she goes, "Ron, would you like some of the same peanut butter cookies?" She makes these awesome peanut butter cookies.
Yeah, bears like peanut butter cookies.
They do. Found that out. And I had them in a little bag sitting in, I was 35 feet up in a tree. It's amazing how fast they can climb.
Oh man.
And I'm watching two other bears on my left, and I hear this noise, and I look over, and I look down at my feet, and I see a snoot, a nose, and some ears down at my feet. And here he had grabbed my lunch and pulled that Ziploc bag of peanut butter cookies right out of my lunch bag and then took off down the tree.
Unbelievable. Really. That is crazy.
The dude
You're
stormed.
lucky he didn't grab your foot and pull you down the tree.
That was cool though.
So you shot that bear, obviously.
No, not that one.
No, I mean the one behind you.
No, yeah, that one. Yeah, no, yeah, I didn't get him till the next night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to a different spot. They put me in a different location. Kind of a scary situation. I was 30, 40 feet in a tree again, and this bear came out, and the outfitter had told me, he said, when this big one that he knows that's in the area, when you see him, you'll know. As soon as I saw him, I like, that's him. And I hear a noise in my
Bob
tree.
Casey, how you doing?
And here another bear was under my tree, goes up and tries to bully the big one. That didn't go over too well.
No.
Yeah. But anyhow, this one came out. I got him. But what was scary was we got him out of the woods about 10:30 at night, and another hunter had called and said he got one. So we had to drive about 10 miles, get on a six-wheeled, they call it Argo. It's a six-wheel vehicle that's good at going down through swamps and stuff.
Okay.
So here I am in a foreign country at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. We get down in about 3 miles down deep in the woods, and we get this other guy, we get his bear, and all of a sudden we hear this loud noise, trees falling, rocks,
Wow.
and snarling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's that? And the outfitter goes, uh-oh. I'm like, what do you mean, uh-oh?
Yeah.
He turned on the headlights of the Argo, and here was about a 600-pound bear that, because it was mating season, he had smelled that other bear in the back of our vehicle.
Oh, really?
He was bluff charging us. He was coming at us.
Wow.
Snapping, and the outfitter said, one of you two load a rifle because you may be getting a second bear.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that got a little edgy, you know.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Michael. Blade, how you doing? Yeah, no, that's a good story. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I'm impressed with your wall. You know, I don't know what you call that wall. Wall of pride. I don't know. Your trophy wall.
My trophy wall, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got a nice rifle up there too. What's the
Yeah,
story with that rifle?
My dear friend, the gentleman I had talked about, my disabled veteran buddy, he called me up one day, and he said he's very, very short of breath on oxygen, and called me up one day all huffing and puffing, and he wanted to know where I was at. I said, I'm at home. He goes, stay there. I'm on my way. And he comes out to my house, and I had to help him in and sat down in the chair and let him recover for about 5 minutes. I'm like, what's up? He goes, go out in the back of my truck. There's a box out there for you. And so I went out, and sure enough, he went out and bought me a. If anybody in the chat is familiar with Henry rifles,
Yep.
they're
I looked it up when you first told me about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's what they call the EMS edition. Um, Henry Rifle did that for police. There's one for police, there's one for fire, and there's one for EMS. And this has a helicopter, an ambulance, and an ambulance stretcher on there. It's silver plated, and then in 24 karat gold, there's a stethoscope, a
Wow.
pair of trauma shears engraved into there. It's an absolutely beautiful gun.
It is.
I'll never
Looks good up
fire it.
there.
Yeah,
Looks good up there.
yeah, yeah,
That's a great story. It really is, Ron.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
anyway, what are you flying for drones these days? You still got the same one, or did you get any new ones?
old school, buddy. I'm still with the Mavic 2 Pro. You know what, Ray? Um, as I've heard of a lot of you say, it's not about having the latest and the greatest. Fly with what you got.
Exactly. Yep.
And I, to this day, I have not been disappointed in the video quality of the Mavic 2 Pro.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with your editing. Your videos have to do.
And the aerial photographer and the pilot. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. When I do my videos, Ray, when I know I'm going somewhere or know that I'm going to make a video, sometimes I sit and think for days and weeks of what and how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to fly, what aerial shots I'm going to get, how I'm going to put things together, what music. I spend sometimes days or weeks picking out my music.
I know. But let me just say, I don't know what happened to Ken, but apparently he's hurting. So get well soon, Ken. All right. God bless. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I know you put a lot of time and effort into your videos. You really do. And I remember that when you first came to the South Florida drone meetup, when I met you in person for the first time. And I think now it might be a good time to take a break and show a little of that video. So let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh,
And then we'll get to another one of your videos. And you have a different style of editing. So you can narrate over it if you want. And
this was the introduction trailer. Yeah.
but I remember this, and I was so impressed when you did it.
Rodney Bell.
I mean, you covered it all. You really did.
Yeah.
Look at Rodney.
Uh-oh.
All right. I think we're back. You there, Ron?
I'm here.
All right, good. Okay, sorry. I don't know what the heck happened there. All right, so we're still live, right? 19, okay, 19 minutes. All right, sorry about that. Um, We'll go over here, bring us both in, hopefully. What is going on with this thing today, Ron? Hmm.
I don't know if it was you or me.
No, it was my end, I guess, but I didn't hit nothing or anything. But it just knocked me off anyway. Towards the end of your video, everything's good now, guys. Okay, sorry about that. So Ron, anyway, that was cool. What you had such a good time at the South Florida Drone
Oh,
meetup,
I had a
right?
blast. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We missed you this past year. You know, we,
I
we were talking some bad stuff about you know.
yeah.
No, nothing but good things about Ron. Yeah.
Uh,
So
um,
anyway, we got Dewey in the house. How you doing, Darren? Good to see you. You know, and I think I said hello to Bob Casey. I'm pretty sure. How you doing, Bob?
I know I've missed some people. Chat's
You know,
moving.
you know, I think you remember that Bob Casey makes those custom-made wooden American flags. You
Yeah,
know, and again, he's been doing it for years now for us, and he
there's a
agreed to do it again for the fifth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. And I got to say thank you to Bob for doing that. He really, really adds to our raffle prizes that we give away because people go up there and they look at it and they say, oh, they want to win it, you know?
yeah.
And TJ won it. I think TJ is the one who won that this year. So,
Bob is a
anyway.
master at his craft.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
You know, he is. And if the people in the chat want to know how Bob goes about and makes them, go to his channel, look it up because he has a video about how he makes those American flags, and it's very, very interesting. So thank you again, Bob. So I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I don't see any other questions for you. So um,
one thing
a lot of times I miss them. So you keep an eye out too for questions, Ron.
I'll say one thing I'm missing again, Ray. It's just been I've had a lot of things that change in jobs. The As I talked to you earlier about my very best friend, I've been devoting so much time to him.
Yeah.
I've gotten away from my photography, from my drone flying and everything, but my next video will probably be the best ever on my channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And what's the subject matter? Can you tell us?
yeah. It's I put the movie trailer out about 2-3 months ago. It was I actually left for that. I come back from Canada from the bear hunt and took off for Alaska. Um, Flew into Anchorage and then got a rental car and drove about 4 hours south down to a little town of Homer, Alaska. And from there, the next day, I got on a bush plane, only 6 people total. Flew out in the middle of nowhere, like miles, like uninhabited territory. There were
Mhm.
so many areas that the pilot was telling me that has been untouched by man. Um, but we flew in, landed on a beach, tried to land. We had to circle once because there were a bunch of bears on the beach,
Wow.
and lived in a tent for 7 days. And but hiked.
That's gonna be an awesome video. I
Oh,
can tell you that right now.
yeah, it's going to be the dandy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We
filmed
we got a question for you from Scott. Does Ron Lockwood have pizza delivered? That's a good one, right?
Do you
I,
remember the story
I,
behind?
I remember that live stream. Yeah, it's one of the best ever.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess should
that
I
was the
tell
one
this?
with Chris Hope, right? Chris Hope.
Yeah, Chris Hope. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. I
Oh my
know that
God,
was so funny.
they were.
Now, Warren Akiraja wants. So what's going to happen if those animals start to move behind you?
Yeah, yeah. Then I'm moving out. You start
But
to move.
anyway, oh, we got another question. Let's see if I can get this one up quick.
Harry
Okay.
Mann. Much while under your stories. No, funny thing. When I was in Washington State, just south of British Columbia, 2 summers ago. We were in this area, and I looked at my buddy, and I'm like, I feel like this is where Sasquatch lives. You know, the
Okay.
trees and it was so remote. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't ran into him yet. I hope I never do.
Yeah. Ron, if you could put up a link to your channel, I'm not good with putting up links. So Steve
Yeah,
Janess wants to know, but it's RL Photography. That's how you find it on YouTube.
yeah,
And I tell you, while I'm talking about that, if you're not subscribed to RL Photography, do it now before the stream ends, and subscribe to each other too. So this community, or at least I promote this community, all supporting ourselves, really. And we really do have a great community among us, and you know who I'm talking about, Ron,
yeah.
and
Oh
the
yeah.
people in the chat. You guys all know we got a nice little drone community among us.
There
So,
we go.
all right, we got another question. All right, Scott, he wants to know if you're still feeding the deer.
Oh yeah, yeah. That and one of the things you got to get used to in here in Wyoming is we have lots of critters. About 6 weeks ago, when I walk out of my front porch, I turn to the left, and it's about a 15-yard walk down the sidewalk down to my detached garage. If you can picture 5 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, cold, it's windy, and you hear the nastiest, snarly growl that you've ever heard in your life coming out from underneath your porch.
Oh my Lord!
It's an attention getter. It was a bobcat. They have a very deep, deep growl. I've heard
A
them.
bobcat. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Was
mean.
it a big one?
No, I don't know. I never saw him.
Oh,
But I
okay.
know he was under there. But however, about 2 weeks ago, I was on my back deck and I'm cooking burgers, and it had rained that day, so the ground is soft and a little muddy. I come out the next morning to feed the deer, and there's these prints about this big
Oh
on my back
wow.
deck. I'm like, that's not a bobcat. That is a mountain lion.
Oh, okay. Mountain lion footprints.
Yeah, he was up on my back porch, apparently sniffing around the
Hey, Jody. Good to see you, Jody.
up my ex.
That's amazing. I mean, you really got a,
Yeah,
a variety of wildlife by you, really,
yeah.
and that's great, don't you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's really cool. I mean, the mountain lion, that part makes me a little nervous because when they start getting brazen like that, that means they're
They're hungry.
yeah.
But anyway, they're not afraid of people too. That's a sign, right? Yeah. But anyway, we've got Lawrence and Herman watching. Apparently, how you guys doing? Those guys.
Oh, those guys. Yeah.
And I forgot to say hi to Angel. How you doing, Angel? Good to see you. Really. Um, but anyway, you got some good stories to share with us, Fran. This is great.
That's what I enjoy, Ray. There's times that I've just got 4 or 5, 6 days off from work. Last minute, I pack up the drone, the cameras, and I take off and I go to. I live in such remote, beautiful areas. I don't know if you're able to share from my Facebook, but about 2 weeks ago.
If you can get on Facebook, you can do it, but I don't know how to do share from Facebook. But anyway, go ahead. 2 weeks ago, what?
The Northern Lights were here.
Yeah, right.
They were actually in a lot of the northern states. I think they even went as far as Pennsylvania. You may have seen them in New York. I don't know.
We didn't. We had cloud cover out here on Long Island anyway.
Let me see if I can share this.
But a lot of the photos that were posted in the various Facebook pages, the Northern Lights, they were incredible.
Yeah.
Really?
As you know, I live right near Devil's Tower.
Okay. I
Um,
didn't know that. I forget. You probably told me already, but I forget.
but let me see, StreamYards.
I got to have a drink of water in my United States Drone Society cup.
So I want to share screen, right? Right.
Yeah, present, share screen.
Okay. Select a screen to share. There we go. Okay.
Then it should pop up. There it is.
There's one of
Okay.
them.
Oh wow! Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Now,
That was
what did you shoot it with? What kind of camera?
that was with my Sony RX10. Right at sunset. Um, and I said the sun wasn't even completely down yet, but there was a guy there. You would find this interesting. He was a retired FBI agent, and he was there from Capt. He drove 4 hours to come up and get pictures there at Devil's Tower.
That is some
You can still
shot.
see the screen, um, but I got a couple
Did
different
you?
shots.
Yeah, I was going to say you moved it because I'm not moving.
Yeah,
Okay, you're in control.
yeah, but, yeah. I got some beautiful shots that night. Is this a
Yeah.
different showing here?
Yep, that's different. Now we got a little. What is it? A big rock formation in the
Yeah,
middle?
that's Devil's Tower.
Oh, okay. Devil's Tower.
Yeah, just some beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, we got Alex Haggart watching. How you doing, Alex?
Yeah, but yeah,
Nice, nice shots, Ron.
yeah. Um, about 20 to 30 seconds of time exposure, and um, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
See if I can. How do I stop share now?
All right.
Uh,
I can remove this. So
Here we
you
go.
want me
Stop.
to? What's that? A dead body? What was that? A dead body? I shouldn't say things like that because it might have been. Oh,
Well,
all right. I'm sorry if I said the wrong thing.
I should share that. There's a kind of funny story.
It was
There
a joke, right?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
trick I was going to play
Halloween, right?
on the maid at the hotel.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. Okay, let's change the subject now.
uh,
Oh my lord. Yeah. So Angel can't see the Northern Lights in Jersey anyway.
but yeah, it was that picture right there. That was. But the Northern Lights, they actually say that was the strongest. How do they call it? Geomagnetic storm in 20 years.
Oh, okay.
They
Hey.
go by what they call the KP index.
Yep. KP index. How high was it?
It was up over 9.
Oh, really? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Bob, say hi to Audrey for me. Thank you.
But yeah, it was beautiful. It was really cool.
Oh boy. Warren ain't gonna let it go. Might have been Warren. You never know. He hasn't been bound yet. Oh boy, I'm telling you.
But Ray, I'm hoping to get back down south next year, and
Okay, good. You got the dates marked down, right? April 4th to April 7th.
Okay. Yeah. And I said,
oh, by the way, Ron, just to let you know, the hotel kept the rates the same again for us.
Really?
This is 4 years in a row. They kept the same rates. Can you imagine?
They must like you.
And all you got to do is say you're with the South Florida Drone Meetup Group to reserve your room. And reserve it. Don't wait until the last minute because it's going to sell out.
Well, like I said, this past year with the new job and everything, I was kind of limited on vacation time. And I said, my buddy, I was worried about him. I didn't want something happening when I was away. But
and I have to apologize because I'm moving into the camera because I'm trying to read the chat. So, but yeah. Give Ron a number. He wants me to put you on the list. Now I got to have a definite commitment from him, John. Before he gets a number, he's got to say, "I'll be there." So, but we're up to 96 people signed up already for
Oh,
next
wow.
year's. Yeah,
Already?
yeah, hmm
Wow.
yeah. Because some people, they want custom numbers now. So, like, Barkley, 107 drones. He wants to be 107 on the South Florida drone meetup list, and
Right.
Jenna is now 108. So,
Oh. You seem to get the um, the attendance seems to be more each year, correct?
yes, it's been growing. Yes, yes.
Good.
So, and that's a good thing,
Yeah.
because and this year we broke the record as far as the most drones flying together in the sky.
Oh, I
We
remember
had 28 up this year together with
that. Wow.
no casualties.
Oh, that's good. I
Yeah.
remember I did it that first or the second year. 'Cause I've been there twice now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember. You
Yeah,
know,
I
but
remember that
yeah,
last time I was there.
and people look forward to that. But we do coordinate it. We try to stage the takeoffs and separate the drones.
And you trying to keep an eye on your drone to make sure if you make any movement.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it's a fun time. It really is, and I do hope you can make it.
Yeah, it was always a good time, and just being able to.
Lawrence and Herman came this past year.
Who did?
Lawrence and Herman, those guys came back.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, they were there. I met them. I think
two
this
two
second.
years ago they were there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah. But it's always good to see, the old timers come back and the repeat people that come back. But we had so many new people also,
Yeah.
really, and that was great too to meet the new people.
I found that second year, Ray. I'll never forget this. That guy walked up to us and he's like, "Hey, what do I got to do to get into this drone group here and join this meetup?" And he goes, "Yeah, my wife bought me this. I don't know, what do you call it, a Mavic 3 Pro for my birthday." I'm like, "Gee, what a nice wife."
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah.
No, no, we did. We had a lot of new people, a lot of new drone pilots. And I got to say this again. I've said it in the past, but Marcus Crawford donated a Snap 10 drone. You know,
Mhm.
and Eddie Carey won it. He's been coming. He comes with his mom Lisa, and he won it.
Oh, cool.
And he figured out how to fly it within a day or two. And he's been flying every day since, putting
Yeah.
up posts in the South Florida drone meetup group. And he is quite the aerial photographer, really. And it was great to see that.
Um,
So
I tell you, I find if you go a month or two and don't have your fingers on the controls, you gotta, like, oh yeah, okay, you gotta get that muscle memory back. You know.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Which one is up? Which one is down?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but
Um, and like Steve Janess, his comment is up on the board now. But he said, Ray, count me in, and I would love to sponsor it. I am going to bring Vermont maple syrup as my raffle prizes, and he
uh,
gave away jars of Vermont maple syrup, and it was such a big hit. Steve says, I'm coming back next year, and I'm double the amount of Vermont maple syrup. So
oh, here, Ray, I'll share a picture that I took two
thank
weeks,
you, Steve.
just 2 weeks ago. Um, oops, if I can. No, oh, here it is. Um, this is when I took my buddy. This is the canyon.
Oh, okay. Let's
Yeah,
that is. Oh, look at the scenery. Really. Go ahead, Ron. I'll let you talk about it.
yeah. This is in a little community, almost. We're just a little bit north of it, called Tensleet, Wyoming. Um, but I know it's kind of hard to um, tell from the picture, but these canyon walls
Hmm.
are somewhere between 700 to 1,000 feet tall
Oh, are they?
from
Okay.
ground level.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But yeah, I took my
So you
buddy.
can fly drones there, no problem, or it's
Oh
a
yeah, there's nobody around for miles. Uh,
yeah.
some trucks come through there, but it's some beautiful country. Yeah. So
Oh, I would love to fly there. Really?
well, that's what I thought someday. If I ever, I thought about maybe in the summer of having some kind of mini drone meetup, and didn't know if people had interest. But that's one of the places I'd like to take them. The FPV guys would just go crazy up
Oh
there.
yeah, I can imagine.
Flying
Sure.
those canyon walls.
But Ron, did you hear there's going to be a meetup in November in Vegas? Vegas is having a
Does Bob?
meetup.
Bob?
Dempsey and
Yeah.
Tom Dowling and crew,
Uh,
and that's going to be very very interesting to say the least.
he
Yeah,
was.
because Kelly Shores decided not to have spin up anymore. So
Oh,
Bob says, "Well, maybe I'll try having a meetup." So
yeah. I mean, you can go out to the Grand Canyon from there, and uh, yeah, the opportunities are endless. Out there in Bob's area.
yeah,
Ray, it's all about where you live. I mean, everybody has their diversity or their scenic areas, and um,
no, you're absolutely right.
you go down there to Florida, and you got your waterways and your Everglades, and you come up here to Wyoming, you got the mountains and the wildlife, and you go out to Vegas, and you got places that Bob has out there. It all depends on where you live.
Exactly, exactly. But I have another one of your videos queued up, so let me see if I can bring that one up now. Um,
Well, don't freeze this up this time.
I know. We'll see what happens this time. All right. Let's see. All right. So this one, you can narrate over this one, and I
Oh,
thought it was cool.
this is the intro to um, my trip to Alaska last June, and this is when I was in the bush plane flying out over the volcanoes. Um, yeah, so this is just an intro.
A bush plane, huh?
Yeah, there were so many waterfalls, Ray, in here, and there we were taking our first hike out into the wilderness. We hiked 3 times a day.
Oh, look at that bear.
Yeah, that's an 800
Wow.
pound bear.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah,
That's a nice little intro, really.
it's I call it a teaser video,
Yeah, a teaser. Exactly, exactly.
but I got to get it done. I was just 2 days ago going through my clips. I'm like, oh my gosh, there was matter of fact, the one that scared me, even watching it a second time. We were standing, a couple hundred yards out behind camp, and there was a pavilion out there, and I'm standing. We were all standing there. I said, only 6 of us, and this big 1,000 pound coastal brown bear came in, and one of the smaller ones. It was during mating season. He was I know it sounds weird, but he was only about 600, you know. But he started to run from the big one, and he
Okay.
ran. He ran Ray within 10 feet of me. Ran right,
Really?
yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they're so unbelievably fast and agile, and yeah,
Well,
it
I can
was.
imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
That'll be in the video. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, I gotta say, um, you and your hunting and your fishing is incredible. It really is.
yeah, I love it.
I know you do, and
Yeah.
you do guiding too, right? You take people on hunch, right? You want
Yep.
to talk about that at all?
Yeah. I work for an outfitter right up by Devil's Tower. Um, the neat thing about that is it's kind of in a small way, almost similar to the drone community, where I meet people from all over the nation. We get hunters that come from all over the place to come out to hunt, and you meet these people, you take them out and hunt, and I mean, granted, the majority of them are there to get the big game animal that they're looking for. But so many of them I have found lately that it's like, you know what? We come here for the memories. We come here for the experience. And I have made friends and have anytime I want to go vacationing somewhere in the US, I can call one of them and say, hey, I'm coming. They're like, oh, you're not staying in a hotel. You're staying at our place. You know, they would invite me. You know,
Right.
I made a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
friendships, and you know, it's pretty cool. But
And you used to do hunting trade shows too. Are you still doing them or no?
yep. I was just up in it's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
Um, it is the largest outdoor show in the world now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's when you walk in the door, they give you a map and say good luck. Hope you don't get lost. But it's huge. I mean, just the outfitter section
Have a
alone.
good night, Ron.
Yeah,
Thanks
there's
for
something like
watching.
1,500 vendors that come there.
Oh yeah,
Anything
that's a big one.
that has to do with the outdoors, from hunting, fishing, camping, boating, you know, outdoor motorsports, hiking, you name it, it's there.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it
How you
takes.
doing? How you doing, Michael? Good to see you, Michael Jones.
Yeah,
Well, I'm very not jealous, but it brings back memories of when I took people fishing, and I enjoy listening to your stories, your guiding stories, and your friends you're making.
yeah. Like I said, this, with this new job, one thing I told them when I hired on last August, I said this is a condition of my hire. I'm actually accruing vacation time very quickly, but I said next August, these are the dates. August into September, I am going to Alaska. I've already got half the trip paid for. But I'll tell you,
Okay.
Ray, from a fishing standpoint, you won't get a more relaxing fishing trip in your life. You, when we finally get to the lodge, like I said, it's 7 days with no cell phone, no Facebook, no YouTube, no nothing. There you go, buddy.
I
No,
just happen to have a copy of my DVD right here.
yeah, you can understand. Yeah.
and,
Um,
and the back is even better. Look at the size of those halibut.
wow. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this giant halibut. Yep.
Yep. Uh-huh.
But just you come out of the lodge in the morning. There's
Apparently, let me interrupt. Apparently, Jody wasn't feeling well. Hopefully, you're all feeling better, Jody. I didn't know you were sick, but
oh,
get well soon.
I hope he feels better. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you're saying, there's great fishing up there in Alaska, right?
Oh, yeah, every morning we come out. You walk down to the dock. The deckhands give you the keys to the boat and say, "Have fun. See you tonight." And you have your
And you
big.
come back with those fish stories, right? And
Oh yeah.
whales. Talk about the whales that are up there.
Oh, I I'm probably underestimating. It's got to be at least 50 times a day.
Hmm.
The whales will come up, and sometimes they get really, really close. We had an occasion last year. One breached in front of us. Thank God we weren't under power. We were just. I was on the wheel. We take turns. Last year, there were three people in my boat, and it was my turn to take the wheel. And the guys dropped their salmon lines in. I just started to throw power into the boat, and I'm looking back to make sure these guys are ready to go. And my one buddy yells out, "Ron, holy crap."
Hmm.
Looked out in front of me, Ray, and I ain't kidding you, my neck almost broke because I was looking straight up in the air at the tail of this whale.
Wow.
He had breached out in front of us, and he came back down. Well, I threw the throttle back so fast, and his tail hit our port side and spun the boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how
Could,
close.
could have damaged the boat.
Oh, very easily.
Could have sunk the boat.
Could have sunk the boat. Yeah, but they're
Wow.
pretty good.
Anybody capture it on video or anything?
No, but I think I have a picture of. Um, If I can find it here real quick for you. This gives you a perspective of how big these humpback whales are
Right.
compared to the boat size. It's in this one folder on my phone. I hope it's still there.
I don't have any good
Yeah, here
whale
it is.
pictures.
This is just an amazing photo. Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
I know if I do this, it won't bring you up by yourself, but I'll try to bring you. Nah, I can't do it. Look at that. Okay, that is big. Oh my
You
lord! Look
imagine
at
that
it.
coming up in front of you? Look how
Yeah.
my
Oh
boat is.
yeah. Look at the boat. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yep. Wow.
I just took that with the
Yeah.
phone. Yeah.
Hey, we got Chad in the house. How you doing, Chad? Good to see you. Windwalker Drones. No, no. That's why
Yeah,
you always gotta have a camera almost at the ready, if not recording at all times.
I do. I have my Insta 360 and my uh oh, my one
I don't know if you know John, Connecticut Pirate. He's a big boater too. So he's saying,
oh
"Holy
yeah,
smoke, John!" So yeah,
I have two cameras permanently mounted on the boat, and all day
yeah
long,
Moby Dick too. Darren says.
yeah, yeah,
So do you have fixed mounted cameras when you're on the boat or no?
yeah. I've got
Handheld
two of
only.
them that are I mount them every morning up on the camera.
Yep.
Then both of them, all you got to do is hit one button, they automatically turn on and start recording within like 1.5, 2 seconds.
And what are you using? What kind of
I have
camera?
the one of my Insta 360s. I'm looking at buying the new Insta 360. It's the I think it's the fourth generation, and then I have the DJI. Oh
Oh
gosh,
boy, this is bad news on Jody's part.
it's in your miss.
Sorry to hear about that, Jody.
That one looking they came. Oh, wow,
Wow, sorry to hear that.
that's terrible.
But yeah, it's hard to film a fishing type show. It really
It's,
is,
you
you
know,
know.
um,
But you do a great job. You really do.
yeah. Back the one my first year up there, I had one of my action cameras, and I had gotten that 100-pound halibut, and I turned it on and filmed for like 45 minutes pulling this fish in, and then
Okay.
the angle that the camera was at was perfect. When two of us it took to pull this thing onto the boat. Yeah,
Yeah.
bears, cats, maybe Bigfoot. Yeah,
See, a lot of times, right, when you're filming, you end up like it's just wasted footage. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
but a lot of times you end up getting that most important shot doing that.
yeah.
You know.
But
But before the show ends, I got to talk about the tip of the week. And this week's tip is just go out, check air control before you go fly. Make sure there's no temporary flight restrictions put in place, and just make sure that the area you're flying is legal. You know. Do you
no,
have any tips about drone flying, Ron?
I actually got a question. Is this a new app? I mean, I use a couple, but I have not heard of air control.
This used to be before you fly, and
Okay,
now
yeah,
now
I've
it's
used
air control. Yeah. hmm
that.
So, yep,
No, the only tips I can give, know your area,
yep.
um, and again, because I film in the wilderness so much, especially Alaska, I sit and think about. I know this sounds weird, but I listen for eagles.
Oh,
Um,
really? Okay. Now,
but
why do you do that? Other than they
because
might grab your drone.
they're exactly. There's
Oh, okay.
of them up there that when I hear them chirping, if you start to go out and fly and you hear them starting to squawk in the area of your drone, it's a
You know
real
that they're getting mad.
yep. You need to turn around and come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but but no, just like I said, Ray, I'm gonna look. I'll probably converse with some of you guys, and after August when I'm back, I'm looking at getting a new drone. I don't know what. I'm gonna see what everybody recommends. Um, but um, but for now, I'm taking the Mavic 2 again, and but you'll see the footage in my next video just why I'm so happy with that drone. You know,
Yeah. Well, it's like all reliable, right?
it is exactly
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you guys have always said. Fly with what you got. You
Right.
know, and
Exactly. And you know, Ron, I mean, I said it in the beginning, you've been an awesome special guest tonight. Really. I found the conversation so interesting. And I know the viewers did too. So thank you so much for being on. But before we close out the show, I got to do the contest for the monthly giveaway. You know, it's a $10 Amazon gift card, but it just adds a little thump to the show. So now's the time, and you're eligible too, Ron, to put in your lucky numbers between 1 and 50.
okay.
And maybe your name will go in for the Amazon gift card next month. So I got to keep an eye out, Ron. So you don't know what it is, but I do see it. I do see it. Somebody got it, and that was pretty quick.
Wow.
I know, and I think this person got it the first. I used to always mess it up and miscall it, but Paul Brown, he got it. It was number 12.
No.
So your name's going in the hat, Paul. All right, very good. But anyway, hey, Jay Bird, Joe's in the house. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. He just comes in for the contest. No, I'm just kidding. He probably was busy with his daughter Madeline. And by the way, Joe brought his wife and his daughter to the South Florida drone meetup this past year.
Oh,
So
cool.
that was great. So, but anyway, Ron, now's the time. It's almost an hour, so I try to keep it to an hour
Yeah.
to
Ray,
say
thank you.
your goodbyes and anything you want to promote.
Pardon me now.
Just say your goodbyes and anything you want to promote, like your channel.
Yeah. As I said, I'm hoping to start picking back up here very soon on the channel, and but yeah, get out there and fly, and as we should all say, make sure you're obeying the rules, and just go out and have fun, and that's what it's all about. Enjoy it. You know, do what we love to do. It's our hobby. It's photography. Um,
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yeah,
Well, like I said, really, you were a great guest tonight, Ron. I enjoy flying with you when we do get to fly, and I really hope you do come to next year's South Florida Drone Meetup.
absolutely. Ray, thank you for having me. And like I said, it's always a pleasure chatting with you. And yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I look forward to your videos where you're hand feeding the deer on your porch. So, all right,
Thank
guys, thank you
you.
all in the chat for watching. Um, we'll see you again next week, same time, same place. And like Ron said, just get out there, have some fun flying, and fly legally, and fly. Most importantly, fly safely. So, and don't forget Drone Nation Monday 9 p.m.